How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video. Today's not so much of a speculation video. I kind of just want to take the time and, kind of think and discuss about what I have really come to like about this game so far. We haven't really been able to play the game, right? The only gameplay we have is from, other gamers who have, allowed people to use their gameplay, or, Jurassic World Evolution themselves offering some base gameplay for people to use, to commentary over, which is really cool of them. The embargo was lifted, and that's where all the speculation started, right? But what do I think about the game so far? What do I like best about it? Thanks for everybody who showed up to the stream, by the way. That was really cool of you guys. Solid support. Appreciate that so much. So anyway, yeah. Okay, so there's like three main things that I really like about this game so far. There's a couple things that I'm not so keen about, right? Overall, I just want to say that I am ecstatic with this game. Super happy, so hyped. Like, you guys don't understand how happy I am about this game. Even some of the smallest things that I might not like are dwarfed by the overall wow factor that this game gives us. The amount of depth and detail, considering the amount of time that they've been working on this game, which is considerably less than some games actually, when you actually put time and man hours and money spent into it. And they're just such good game makers, man. And anything that I bitch about in this game, in this video, it really does mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. It means nothing at all. because all the awesome stuff that I'm going to talk about completely overshadows the small minor things. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, number one, the sandbox. That is number one for me. It's top of the freaking list, guys. Top of the freaking list. Just to be able to have some sort of quasi sandbox, I would have been okay with. And that seems like what it's going to be. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to manipulate the island itself too much of Isla Nublar, but just to be able to have unlimited money and to just dive into it and just have a hell of a good time whenever we want to. If we ever want to take a break from the story, once we get to that, once we gain access to that park, right? So that is huge for me. That is what I like the most. The first video of mine that blew up was, my sandbox video, as some of you guys know, right? So that I can't stress enough how important that is for the longevity of this game, just to be able to, on a whim, decide that you want to do something crazy. You want to do something crazy, and there's not a storyline or money preventing you from doing that. Oh, guys, that is so big, so freaking big, man. But anyway, yeah. So that's number one. That's top of the freaking list. That's what I like the most about the game. That's what's going to drive me to play this game for years to come. Years to come. Okay, so what would be the second thing? Second thing would obviously be the dinosaurs, right? The dinosaurs are my second favorite part of this entire fucking game. They've really taken some leaps and bounds to include dinosaurs that you really wouldn't think about. Like, everybody takes the Metracanthosaurus for granted, right? Like, they don't understand how much of a leap of faith that dinosaur is, because when you break it down, that dinosaur had, I think, like a femur bone, another leg bone, a couple spine bones, and like a small tailbone and maybe a rib bone that they got off some clay deposit. I can't remember where it's from. I'm sorry. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they got it out of a clay deposit, and the only other fossils that are there are fossils of oysters. So not very many fossils made it. That was a rough area to live in, and based off some really awesome scientific work, paleontologists have been able to kind of reconstruct what they think this dinosaur may have looked like, right? We don't really know, though. You have no way of knowing exactly what this dinosaur could have looked like. There's just no way. There's not enough there. There's not enough bones there. There's not enough fossils. There's not enough material there to be able to reconstruct it. You have to take pieces, just kind of like in Jurassic Park. You have to take pieces from other dinosaurs and other genomes that we know about to kind of piece together a hazy visual of what this dinosaur could have looked like. We don't even have a skull, guys. We don't have a skull for the Metracanthosaurus. So just the fact that they have decided to take that dinosaur over some of the more common carnivores that they could have included is such a leap of faith, and that is so cool. because it could come out from years from now. We could find another specimen of that dinosaur years later, and it could look completely different. You know what I mean? And that would make them go, "Oh crap!" You know. But that's a leap of faith. They did that. That means a lot to the fans. That they're really branching out there. They're trying to stretch the imagination of Jurassic World, Jurassic Park franchise, and what it can do with these dinosaurs, even though they're not 100% realistic. And that lets me know that they're actually in tune with what's going on in the Jurassic World franchise, right? So that's really cool. I like that a lot. And so that's number 2. That's the second most top-notch thing for me right there. Is just the dinosaurs in general, and of course Dilophosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. Everybody knows that, but that's not just the reason why I like it because Dilophosaurus is in there. But it's just the dinosaurs in general. You know, this would have been number 2 no matter if my favorite dinosaur wasn't in there or not. Just them putting in like the Spino, when we seen the Spino get announced, and then the T-Rex got announced killing the Spino. Oh my gosh! See, like they're doing it right, guys. They're doing it right. So that's cool. All right. So now, the third thing that I like most about this game, and you guys might not like it, but there was a huge outpour of anger about Planet Coaster and how the management aspect of the game wasn't there. Even though people still play that game, and that game's hugely successful, that was one of the gripes about it. Well, they fixed that. This game is going to be so heavily intensive on management. Just if you can, what is it? The Monteseros video with the storms? If that's wrong, I'm sorry. But the island with the storms. Whenever you see the gameplay of them having to rebuild all the pylons and correct the dinosaur fencing and all this different stuff and have to drive around to different little spots. Like, oh my god, man, that is so cool. That's what I want. Like on JPOG, you literally can just hover over anything and fix it. You know what I mean? And you can kind of do that in Jurassic World too. But just to be able to be in that Jeep with that level of realism, and go to that little area of the fence and fix it. Like, oh man, that is, I can't put into words how satisfying that'll be. How awesome that'll be, how awe-inspiring that'll be, how immersive that'll be. Like that to me, I know it's the third thing on my list, but that to me really rounds out the entire game and brings it all together. You know what I mean? Like, you have the dinosaurs, which are cool. And you have the sandbox, which you can do anything with. But what if you wanted a challenge? Well, that's where number 3 comes in with the park management. I love that. I love that so much. Alright, so let's get into a little bit of the gripes of the game. I know they have fixed some of the pathing. Some of you guys have talked to me about that after my pathing video, which I was a little late on that. But yeah, there's still some bugs with the pathing. It is what it is. I think they're going to fix it later on. I think it's really going to be, at launch it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay, but there's going to be a few people who have some recordings of some weird stuff happening, right? And I'm not so big about the grass glitching through the paths because, honestly, if they really want to go to that extra detail of realism, you could have grass creeping out of paths with cracks and stuff like that. Anyways, just walk down your normal sidewalk and you'll see that. You know, like that's not a big deal to me as long as they make it look realistic and it's not just grass coming through paths, right? And just the fact that they're going through some of that detail, this extra detail, is another really cool thing about it, but it's also a hardship for the game because they're going into so much detail on so many other things that the other areas of the game that they don't add a lot of detail to, well, it'll stand out that much more. You know what I mean? Like, I know some of the people run away now once you drive, along the path towards them. Okay. I know that the storms, they'll run from the storm now. We've seen that they wasn't running from the storm before. They was just oblivious to a tornado that was 5 feet from them. I know they'll run now, but do all of them have the same running animation? You know what I mean? Like, if just the way a dinosaur walks up a hill has that extra detail realism that their leg is even bending going up a hill, on any other animation you wouldn't see that in any other game. You would not. They went to such extent to be able to do some really awesome stuff with the animation of the dinosaurs. And then you copy and paste 1 or 2 animations from all the park guests running away. It's like, that really shows out like a sore thumb, because you went to all this extra painstaking detail and all this other stuff. Now that you fixed this thing, it seems more like a band-aid, not a fix. You know what I mean? But like I said in the very beginning, that really means nothing to me, because this game's going to be awesome. This game's going to be so good, so great. And who do we appreciate? Frontier, that's right. Okay, so shout out to Frontier, because they're doing a great game. And even if a couple of these little minor things make it through to the game, I'm sure it'll be fixed quickly after launch. And so yeah, guys, that's really all I have for you guys today. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Thanks for the support on the channel. The giveaway will be announced soon, very, very soon, within the week. And we'll have some extra information on that too. And yeah, guys, don't forget, I'm always in the comment section after every single video. I appreciate you guys like always. And let me know what's your favorite parts of the game. Okay, I want to see what's your favorite parts of the game. I want to talk to you guys in the comment section about it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.